So I've got a few more hours to go and we head back to New York. This is my last day of the Barcelo Maya Beach Resort stay. I figured I'd take a few minutes to talk about the pros and cons. This is my 5th time in Riviera Maya, 7th time in Mexico. Love coming to Mexico. I've never been to this resort before and I really didn't know much about it. So I figured we'll take a few minutes to talk about the pros and cons of the resort, because there are a few cons, but nothing major. Keep in mind also that I'm not the kind of person that pokes a hole in anything possible. I'm pretty easygoing. There are a lot of people that have complaints about things that I would never complain about. Just take that with a grain of salt as you listen to my review. So coming from someone that's easily pleased, that's me. Resort is beautiful. Huge. I mean, it's massive. We just started the 2nd week of August, so maybe it's got something to do with the fact that a lot of kids from America are going back to school. I mean, there are other people from other parts of the world here. The resort's dead. There's like no one here. I mean, there's never here. It's 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. The pool's dead. And it's not a criticism. Maybe it speaks for how big the resort is. By 12 o'clock it'll wake up a little bit. You never bumping elbows with someone. You're never waiting more than 30, 40 seconds for a drink. That's really good. The facility is extremely clean. You never see someone just walking around doing nothing. Someone's always sweeping, someone's always cleaning up. They're always greeting you and saying hello, which is pretty typical. I've never been to a dirty resort before. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that tell you they have. I've never personally seen it. We have the premium package, and that entitled us to a few things, I guess, that you wouldn't normally get. Perhaps that has something to do with our stay and how well we experienced it. So we had the premium room, which is really cool. It was a lot bigger than the regular room. It's a nice spot to sit. We had the premium room, and we had access to certain other parts of the campus that you would normally have access to. And you got some premium booze and whatnot. The restaurants, you must be properly dressed for the restaurants. They will not let you in unless you've got long pants, collared shirt if you're a man. I'm not sure about the ladies, but ladies, typical formal attire, I presume. Be warned, because some places are a little more forgiving about that. Not here. There's zero tolerance for it. It is what it is. So be prepared to bring dress pants and dress shirt and dress shoes, black socks, that kind of thing. There's a lot of stuff to do here at nighttime, which is pretty cool. The mall is nice. They have shuttle buses that run all throughout the campus every 20 minutes. Double-decker buses that are convertible, and then they have like a retractable top just in case it starts raining. And they bring you all throughout the campus. That's how big the resort is. It's absolutely enormous. But the buses run very reliably. We were in Dominican Republic a year or 2 ago, and they had shuttle buses. They came when they came. That's just how it worked. When's the next bus? Soon. That's the answer you always got. Alright, so there's a lot of good stuff I just talked about. The beach is absolutely beautiful. The sand is like powder. I mean, it looks like a backdrop. It looks fake. It's so beautiful. You can get out way further than any of those people in the back there, and you can see your feet. I mean, that's how crystal clear the water is. And if you look at my channel, you're gonna see some other videos. There's a pier out all the way back there, and you go on the pier, you're more than welcome just to jump into the water, and be sure you know how to swim, because it's deceiving. It looks shallow, it's not. That's how clear the water is. The water's probably 12, 15 feet deep. When I first saw it, I figured it was maybe 4 or 5 feet, and I would just walk around. There's a whole bunch of fish there. And when I mean a whole bunch of fish, 75, 100 fish, they all come over. They never nip at you, they never touch you. But you can kind of, you know, swim around with them. It's pretty wild. Let's talk about some cons. I don't have a lot of cons, but constructive criticism wise, let's talk about the food. Food is good. It's not great, and I definitely won't say it's bad. It's certainly beyond edible. You know, it's beyond edible. That's kind of harsh. It's good. That's about it though. I've probably been to 9 or 10 resorts like this before. This is by far not the best one when it came to food. So if you really like to eat, keep that in mind. This is not the resort where you can sit down and have like the most amazing steak you've ever had or the most amazing piece of chicken you've ever had. I have gone to resorts where the facilities were nowhere near as nice as this one, but the food was outstanding. Not here. And weird things like pico de gallo or guacamole, they didn't have it. I mean, they had like some form of like artificial bagged pico de gallo. It's Mexico. Why don't they have that? Guacamole. It's the stuff from the jar. I mean, that kind of was like a little discouraging. Whatever. Would it make me not come back here again? No. And would it make me tell you don't come here? Absolutely not. Just things like that were kind of bizarre. Now what they made up for in the lack of supreme food, they made up with really, really good drinks, in my opinion. The drinks were phenomenal. Never watered down. You can easily get knocked in your ass if you don't play your cards right. And this wasn't even about greasing the bartenders or anything like that. It's nice, you should do that. But it's not necessary. I mean, it's just how they make the drinks. Drinks here are no joke. Here, as I'm walking around, like I said, it's almost 10 o'clock in the morning. It's a ghost town. They've got really cool stuff for the kids to do. My daughters did trampoline. They've got a rock climbing exhibit over here. You can go rock climbing. There's tons of stuff to do. You'll never be bored. You have a hard time getting bored. This is the pool we primarily stayed in back here. This is on the rightmost part of the campus. As you go left more down the other way towards the pier and towards the other parts of the Barcelo resort, that's more of like the party pool. There was tons of like, you know, 20-something-year-old kids, people in there, and they had a DJ going on there, and they had loud music and really cool. They had like a dance thing going on. But our side was more the tame and quiet part. It's a family resort, but again, I don't know if it's because there weren't a lot of people here or it's just because the resort is so massive that you never bumped into anyone. You never had a hard time. We never had to like scout, like early in the morning, you have to run out and get your chair and claim your steak for the chair for the day. Not necessary. You come out here 11 o'clock in the morning, there'll be chairs everywhere. So that's kind of cool. Would I recommend the resort, bottom line? Yeah, definitely. The staff is super, super friendly, super, super nice. The room is immaculate. All the rooms here, everything we've gone to, the food, the restaurant's immaculate. Nothing's dirty, nothing was weird bugs or anything like that. You've got your grasshoppers. There's lots of grasshoppers out here and moss, but that's no criticism to the resort. I think it's kind of fascinating. Get up nice and early, and all the iguanas out sunbathing on the rocks. Really cool if you're into photography. Lots of stuff to take photos of. Beautiful, beautiful fish in the water. Get your GoPro underwater enclosure. You can swim around with the fish and get some really stunning videos and pictures. Birds, tons of beautiful yellow-bellied birds and different kinds of crows and whatnot. Really neat stuff. I swear, I think there's more people working on this campus than people visiting the campus though. There's such an abundance of people painting and fixing and manicuring the lawn, tending to the pool. You go into the restaurant, it's like you got 5 people taking care of you. It's a bit overkill, but it's nice. You never left wanting. You know, we've always been satisfied at the end of the night. Pool's closed late here. Pool's closed at like 10 o'clock at night. Really cool. I've been to other resorts where like 6 o'clock, that's it. That's kind of crummy, especially when you have kids. Night swimming's where it's at. That's fun. And no one's in the pool, so you got the entire pool to yourself. Really neat. Speaking of pools, let's talk about the pool. So they have all sorts of nets and stuff they put out. Later on, there's like a basketball thing and a volleyball thing. Nice fountain thing. There's the volleyball net back there. And they have an assortment of bridges and whatnot. You can swim under or crawl, you know, walk over. And you're literally a stone throw away from the beach. So that's kind of cool also. Hang out at the beach for a while. If you don't want to go in the water there, you get hot, you jump in the pool. It could be 95 degrees outside. Once you hop in the pool, you don't feel anything. Here, we'll go up on the bridge here. Sun's strong down here, but I like that. See, I'm a person that's easily pleased. A lot of people come to these resorts and I'll give you a laundry list of everything that was wrong with it. It's ridiculous. I'm on vacation. I don't want to know anything about problems, anything wrong with it. Yeah, so you have a really cool view. The weather here has been absolutely beautiful. We got really, really lucky, especially since there was a hurricane that came through last week. I was really concerned with what rain and byproduct that would carry along with it. It rained one time since we were here for all of about 8 minutes. And it took less time for everything to dry up. So we got lucky, super lucky. Heard the weather in New York is crummy today, so we'll be flying back into that. Yeah, you've got your jacuzzi. And the pools throughout, you know, as you go along the pools, they vary in depth. So that's the deepest part of the pool. It's probably about 4 feet or so. But then as you kind of come through, it's shallow for the kids, which makes sense. The shallow parts are where the bars aren't. So wherever you find a bar, that's the deeper part of the pool. Makes total sense. You don't want a bunch of kids hanging out at the pool, though they're welcome though, at the bar. They are welcome, and they'll make them all sorts of virgin drinks. And they'll engage with the kids and interact with them and joke around with them and stuff like that. So, I came here with my wife and my 2 little girls, they're 7 and 8. They had a blast. They're heartbroken that we're going home. Feels like we landed here yesterday. I can't believe the vacation's over so fast. But that's a tribute to the resort itself. So, that's it. As soon as I get back to New York, I'll upload this, and if you've got any other questions for me or whatever, let me know. I'll gladly answer them. Bottom line, check out the resort. Good stuff.